Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be doing a comparison and a highlighter of what's changed between the Nike Invincible Run 2 and the Nike Invincible 3. Aesthetically, as you can probably tell, this isn't in my size, and also this has got a lot of mud on. I just wanted to prove the authenticity that I run in the Invincible a lot, so I didn't clean it before this review. And also, I just wanted to make a brief explanation and disclaimer. This was sent to me to see the differences. I will be testing the Invincible very soon, but this is purely just to talk about the new technology in the Invincible. Now I've got it close up and can really tell what's changed and what's been upgraded. So if you don't know, the original and the second version of the Nike Invincible 2 are practically the same, with some upper changes which did help with the breathability, as well as some weird padding on the outsole which was extremely unnecessary. However, it is kind of the perfect recovery run shoe with ZoomX Super Foam. It just really leaves your legs feeling great after a run, and also helps reduce impact injuries, in my opinion. It's very hard to find weaknesses in the shoe already, but I would say some people struggled with stability. The laces unnecessarily thick, and the upper had some unnecessary padding which could save weight. So there's some of the weaknesses. And then upgrades, you know, you can always get better in every single way. It could always be more breathable, it could always return more energy, it could always be softer, it could always be more cushioned, it could always be more stable. So there's always potential for upgrades, even if there's no issues with the shoe, which we are going to be getting into. So like always, we're going to go upper, midsole and outsole and talk through the differences. And firstly, the upper. This is where the least amount of changes have happened, because for me, even though it looks aesthetically different, the upper is the same mesh, at least to the best of my knowledge, throughout the whole of the shoe. So as a whole, the general material of the upper is the same as the second version. However, what is new in the upper is there's now a reinforced toe box going around the outside, which is good, because I know quite a few people, the first thing in the Invincible that started to rip was kind of the toe area as the shoe kind of came away. So having a bit more durability there is helpful. Also, there is now no unnecessary padding on the outsole and just on the insole, which again is very welcomed and helps save a bit of weight. There is a new little tag here to help take the shoes off, and there's more of like a sock liner upper as well, so it seems quite a lot skinnier here and here. Keeps the foot a bit more snug, whereas in the previous Invincible it was quite a wider, thicker upper around the ankle, so that just kind of didn't secure it as much. This new sock liner type of feel helps keep it a bit more secure and comfortable. Early reviewers have also suggested that this shoe feels a lot more comfortable on foot and feels a lot more natural and a lot more stable, so it's worth to note. Also, the laces have changed. They're no longer thick, they're kind of just normal laces. I don't know why they had unnecessarily thick laces on the Invincible 2. I'm glad that's changed. And finally, the other upper change is where the stability sort of plastic is. On the previous model, it kind of went up into the shoe. As you can see, there's a bit of plastic there. Now there isn't that. So again, it's a kind of reinforced material, but then it just goes straight into the midsole, which for me, again, saves weight and also probably makes it a bit more comfortable, because even though the Invincible was a comfortable shoe, it kind of felt a bit restrictive when you were running, and sometimes it felt like you had two boards either side of your foot, if that makes sense. Onto the midsole. It's still ZoomX foam, but this foam is completely different. So ZoomX, I guess, is a whole technology, but it's definitely changed. It is considerably softer. So hopefully you can see this on camera. I don't really know how to push it. It condenses a lot more. I'm not sure how well that got shown on camera. The foam is definitely a lot softer. Now, what does that mean? So generally speaking, softer foams might sacrifice a tiny bit of energy return, but ultimately you will be more cushioned and more comfortable. The Invincible 2 does have a lot of energy return. Is that really necessary with a easy run recovery shoe? Not really. So I'd rather be more protected. So even though this will still have a lot of energy return, I feel like they've sacrificed a bit of spring back to make it even more softer and more cushioned, which is ideal for a recovery run shoe, which is where the Invincible fits into. It is more stable. So as you can see, if I'm rotating this, it's not really going anywhere. I'm trying to twist this shoe sideways, it's not going anywhere. With the previous Invincible, there's see that? You don't get that with this shoe. So anything I'm doing, the whole shoe moves. Whereas with this, the back end of the shoe can move without the front end of the shoe moving. So that hopefully means it is more stable on foot, and which could help a lot of people, because generally with high stacked shoes, it is more unstable, which a lot of people don't like. Other than that, there is kind of some cutouts. As you can see, there's quite a lot more indentations where it's just a bit skinnier. And overall, it is kind of a flatter shoe, whereas on the Invincible, you can kind of see it goes in a lot more, and there's kind of a big of like an angle curve. There's not really that angle curve here. It's kind of more of a flatter, steeper raise. And finally, onto the outsole. Whether this is just because the tread's worn down a lot more on this, I have noticed that the bobbles seem to be a bit further out, and the rubber seems to be a bit more reinforced. So that could add to durability. And another key thing I've noticed, rather than having it kind of full coverage here and some reinforced rubber on the points where it might be susceptible to wearing down, on the new Nike Invincible 3, it has even more reinforced rubber, but then only on the contact point. So the bit around it isn't actually reinforced. That should save weight whilst also keeping the durability. But also it does seem like a deeper tread. And again, I'm not sure if that's because this shoe I'm not sure if because my Invincible 2 was worn down a bit more, but I can't imagine it was worn down enough to make it noticeably deeper tread. So for me, the tread seems deeper. However, I can't confirm or deny that, which should improve grip, because sometimes on slippery surfaces, the Invincible didn't have the best grip. So that is a brief overview of the shoe. Let us know your thoughts if you tried the previous range of Invincibles, and kind of what upgrades are you wanting out of this shoe. It seems like improvements in areas that were already loved in the Invincible, so it's only going to get better, and I can't see anywhere that the shoe has got worse. So for me, it's a great upgrade, and people will love this shoe when it comes out. And like I said, stay tuned for a lot of reviews covering the Nike Invincible, and also a Nike shoe we can't talk about yet, which you can probably see online everywhere. We will be doing a lot of videos on that as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye.